Hello everyone, this is Nidhi. In this video, we will create a Kubernetes cluster in Google Cloud Platform. We will be using Google Kubernetes Engine service which is provided by Google. With this service, we do not need to build a cluster from the scratch. Instead, we can just create clusters as we need it and we can turn it down when it's not required. We will be using a gcloud CLI. Using command line is more flexible so that our operations are repeatable or we can easily integrate it with our existing pipeline. So the prerequisite to create a Kubernetes cluster is you should have GCP account set up and the project created and the gcloud CLI is configured. If you do not have this thing, you can refer my previous video on Google Cloud Platform where you can set up the basic things. In this video, we will be creating a VPC. We have to enable the Kubernetes Cluster API in Google Cloud Platform. For each services, you need to enable the APIs. We'll create a Kubernetes cluster using gcloud commands. We will be installing kubectl. kubectl is a command line utility that is being used to check Kubernetes cluster status, nodes, pods, and everything. You can do everything with the kubectl commands. We will also see how we can connect to the cluster from other machine. We'll just little bit explore about how Kubernetes cluster works. At the end, we will be deploying one Kubernetes dashboard service, which can be used to see the CPU memory utilization of all your pods. We'll run the sample Nginx service and we'll try to access it using the browser using port forward. So let's start now. So I'm opening my command prompt here. So first thing you can check whether your gcloud is configured for your project. So I have created this project Kubernetes a test. So this is configured for this project. So I am good. I don't have to do anything here. So now I can create a VPC there. So for the VPC, you can run this command gcloud compute networks create, and this is your name of the VPC. So this will create a VPC in the project which I have selected. Okay, so our VPC is created. You can see VPC KX is created and the subnet mode is auto. So this is my project which is already created and the API is enabled. That's why I did not get any prompt. But if you are doing it the first time, you will be seeing this prompt like this. Google APIs is not enabled. And then you can just say yes, it will automatically just enable your APIs and create the VPC. So VPC is created successfully. The next thing we need to now we need to create a Kubernetes cluster. For that, you need to enable the Kubernetes cluster API. If you will not do this, you will see this error that for this particular project, you do not have this service created. So for that, you can normally log into your console. So this is, I am on my gcloud. This is my project. And here you can go to your Kubernetes engine clusters. So here you will basically see if the Kubernetes API is not enabled, you will see one thing here. I can show it like this. So here you will be seeing Kubernetes engine API is being enabled. This may take, and once it is enabled, you will see this message. So this message means API is enabled and you are good to go. So let's create a Kubernetes cluster. So we are creating this cluster. We are creating with the number of nodes as 3. We'll be providing the VPC name which we have created in the previous steps. Provide the zone, tag and scopes, and this is the command that you can use. So this is gcloud container clusters and then create and providing all the tags. So these are some default or some basic tags which I am using, but there are a lot of tags which you can use while creating a Kubernetes cluster. So let's just run this command. So you can see that now it is creating the cluster. Okay, so now you can see our cluster is created here. You can see this is our cluster. You'll see the location. the versions and everything you can see. Now this cluster is created. How we can access it, how we can check the status of all those things, what is going on in this cluster. So for that, Kubernetes provide kubectl. Kubectl is a command line utility that we can use to check cluster status, node details, pod details, everything. So for that, you need to install the kubectl. You can install the kubectl according to your versions or according to your operating systems. On Windows, you just need to install the file and add environment variable in your system path and you are good to go. So once your kubectl is installed, then first thing what we can do, we can check the status of our cluster. So this is kubectl get component status, and I just wanted the output in the YAML file. So let me just run this. So here you can see my all component status and it says that health is true. So you can say all the components which got installed as part of this Kubernetes cluster. We'll see everything in more detail. After that, you can check how many nodes we have installed. So as I have said, kubectl get nodes. We have selected the 3 nodes. So you can see that it has created my 3 nodes here. Okay. And the second thing, you can check the cluster info. So this command will provide you which all services is running here. Okay. So this is how when you deploy a Kubernetes cluster, it installed with 3 nodes because we have selected 3 nodes. It created 3 things like controller manager, scheduler, etcd cluster with 2 members like this. And these are the services that it launched as a default one. So default backend, which is used by the controller, which is one of the component of Kubernetes, kubedns for DNS services, and matrix server for resource uses matrix. So when you create a Kubernetes cluster for all the components which are required by the Kubernetes, by default it installed some of the services. You can check all these services like this. You can run this command kubectl get service, and we need to select all namespaces because these are not created in the default namespace. You can see these are created under different namespace. If you just run this command get service, you will just get the output of the default namespaces, not from others. Okay. So this is how Kubernetes installed all of these services. If you want to see everything on the GCP, you can see here it created this cluster, MyKX cluster, cluster size is 3. And if you go to the VM section, so we'll go to compute engine, we'll go to VM instances, and here you can see that it has created the 3 nodes. The next thing, now we are able to connect to this cluster because from this local machine only I created this cluster. So it has all the credentials which is required. But if you need to connect to this cluster from other machines, right? I created it on my machine, but I have another VM from where I want to connect to this cluster. For that, you need to run this command gcloud container clusters get credentials, and this is your cluster name, your zone, and the project name. So this command will get the credential of that Kubernetes cluster on that machine, and after that you can run normal kubectl commands. I will be creating a different video on this also, how this functionality works. If you don't do this step, then you will see this error, unable to connect to the server. You'll see this error. Okay. So now we will be seeing another service, the Kubernetes dashboard, where you can see all the details of your pods, nodes, CPU utilizations, like a dashboard where you can see all the report of your Kubernetes cluster. If you want to know more about this, you can follow their official documentation. But in general, if you have to create that service and access that dashboard, then you need to run this command. So this is all provided by the Kubernetes. You can use that and we'll run this command now. So this will actually create the Kubernetes service. So if I do this get service hyphen all namespace, you can see that it has created two more services Kubernetes dashboard like this. Okay. So the service is created. You can check the pods also. So I show you the services. You can check the pods also. So here you can see Kubernetes dashboard. So it has created two pods for this dashboard service. Now, if I have to access this dashboard using GUI, so how I can do that? So for that, you will run kubectl proxy command. After this command, you can just use this URL to see it. Okay, so this is the localhost 8001. So I'll just do this. So here you can see that I can access this Kubernetes dashboard URL. Now to access it, you need some token or some kubeconfig. In this, we will be using the token. Okay. You can create a new token also, but for now, we will just try to use the existing user which is available and will use that token. So for that, first we will need to find our current context. So I'll just open my new browser, new command prompt. Here you can see your current context, okay, which is that. Now I will run this command to just view that current context. So you can see this is GK Kubernetes test 62967, right? So I need to find that one. So this is one, right? JKA. This is the context name, and here you can see, yeah, here you can see the access token like this, right? You can see it here, and this is for this project. So you can use this token basically to log in to that dashboard. So let's just use this. Okay, so here you can see that I am able to log into this dashboard where you can see all the details, what all I have installed it. So here if I go to nodes, so you can see that my three nodes are there. If I go to pods, you can see, okay, right now there is nothing to display. So this is basically the details where this is basically the dashboard where you can see all the details of your Kubernetes cluster. Now we will just run the sample deployment of Nginx. So let's just run your Nginx pod so that we can see how we can access it. So you can see it here. And if I go to this get pods, I can see that this pod is created, like Nginx pod is created. Okay. You can do all the commands like describe the pods in the output. You can do all those stuff like this. And on the console of your Kubernetes, if I go to pods, you'll see that this pod is there, right? I just created 23 seconds ago. So this is just a dashboard where you can see all the details. Now the last part is how I will access this pod. Like I want to access it using browser, then how will I do that, right? For that, Kubernetes provide three things like, but in this we will be using port forwarding. That is good for your local testing where you just want to see, okay, I launched this service. Now, if you need to do the basic testing, then how I can do that. So for that, we will do this. So this is the port 8000 under which I want to run this Nginx service, and 80 is the default port of Nginx. Okay. So let's just do this. So here you will see this thing, and after that you can access this on the browser. So let me just do this. Welcome to Nginx. So this is how you can basically access your pod on the browser. Thank you.